I can't wait for the time that Ishmael can be embraced again. So, I really hold no ill will towards my Arab cousins. Having said that, there are roughly 1 billion Muslims in the world, I believe, and conservatively speaking, 10% are radical, right? That's already too much for the world to handle. Closer to 40 to 50% support are in favor of those radical behaviors, but they wouldn't do so. The jihad of the hearts, that's lip service to the West. No serious Muslim imam is going to think that. He knows exactly what they're talking about. And a fatwa that people like throwing around saying, oh, it's a peace deal. A fatwa means peace for now until we could conquer. And you're talking about a religion that, while they have tried to conquer Europe twice and failed, the way they talk about it now in France, they say, and England, so we'll take over a different way. Population, we'll wait, slowly but surely. And they're not embarrassed about saying this as well. And if we in the West are dealing with a religion that if you draw Muhammad and Charlie Hebdo and get your head chopped off or killed, that's too intense. And I'll end on one more note that Christianity and Judaism both have verses in their Bibles which are problematic, seemingly. Fortunately, both have a tradition that go with an oral tradition. Judaism has the oral Torah, and there's the church fathers and the saints, and there's a whole tradition that allows you to correct for bad code, and those go hand in hand, and those are seen as divine as well. The Quran doesn't have that kind of system, and bad code makes its way all the way down.
Like at some point we have to come to grips with what Islam's goals actually are in the world. Like Conrad was assassinated by a Hashashin who embedded himself within a monastery for 20 years to gain trust, pretending to be a friend. And this is considered virtuous in Islam. This kind of like deception in order to gain power over your enemy. This is not something that either a Christian or a Jew would consider correct behavior under any circumstances. No. Ends don't justify the means for us.
Ayaan Hirsi Ali has been warning about this aspect of Islam for a long time, that deception is virtuous, right? And I don't want to, like, I'm talking about Islam. I'm not talking about Muslim people. Okay, I just want to make that distinction. I'm talking about the belief system.
No one will care that you made the distinction, but go ahead and make it anyway. That's the part
for the record.
Yeah.
If you ask serious imams, they will not take anyone to become a suicide bomber if he's not actually exhilarated by life and takes it seriously. And the more educated they are, the higher the percentage is that they'll take on doing such acts. Right? So it's not, oh, they're poor and they have no aspirations. This is a different game that's being played. If we put down our weapons, we would be dead. And if they put down their weapons, there would be peace. It's really as simple as that. And it doesn't matter that we point to, but we've done it. We want to live in peace. We lived in peace with other people, with other Arabs around us. That is what we want. How about you take the West Bank, you take Jerusalem, you take the Temple Mount. It's all yours. Sound good? Sounds good. I just want to go with my son to the Temple Mount to pray. And his answer was, no. Why do you need to be there? So that's it. It doesn't work.
The idea that this is just a problem for this tiny strip of land in the Middle East is completely delusional. Because if we don't figure out a way to deal with Islam as an ideology, as it's functioning in the world right now, there is going to be a rude awakening for everyone. Like the United States less so, but certainly for Europe.
Christians.
We have these two covenants that God has decided to make. How are they supposed to work together toward What is ultimately the shared eschatological vision of both traditions is the kingdom, which hasn't been realized yet. And so how are Israel and the church different from the nations, and in what way are they involved together in the move toward the kingdom, whatever that may be?